the host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Aaron's Hour, coming to you from Virginia Beach, Virginia. That's right, Aaron's Hour, coast to coast with Aaron Phillips. It's a good thing my name is Aaron Phillips, because otherwise the title of the show would really be silly, wouldn't it now? Thank you for joining us today, making me part of your Saturday. See, I'm cracking up an attorney right now. That's always a good thing when you're here in the house. I'll get into introducing my guests here in a moment. Thank you for making me part of your Saturday. We're all of about, 2 weeks away from Christmas and New Year's. Hanukkah starts tomorrow. So happy Hanukkah to all my fellow tribe mates out there. We appreciate you making us part of your day. Listen, I don't know about where you all are, but how cold was it when you got up this morning?
37?
That's warmer than I saw. Yeah. I got 24 in my thermostat. And I'm telling you, it's a wee bit chilly out here. So as a reminder, if you're watching me on Facebook, thank you so very much. WVBV TV, Virginia Beach. WWDB TV, Las Vegas, Aaron's Hour show on Facebook. That page is still having some issues with Facebook. If anybody can tell me where the appeals button is on those pages so that I can appeal why Facebook suspended that page, I would love it, because I can't find it. Maybe if I know an attorney or something, we can send a letter to Facebook.
Good luck with that.
Good luck. We can't even find a number to call these people. Also on YouTube. Aaron's Hour show on YouTube. Thank goodness that page is still active. WWDB TV, WVBV TV, that's all active. And tomorrow, 1 p.m. in the afternoon, DBTV.TV. I want to thank my following sponsors: Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Men, they can help us guys out who have some issues in the bedroom. So make sure you check them out. Miliari Group, give them a call for financial education. If you give them a call and mention this show, they will put together a will for free for you and your family. Tidewater Community College, from here, grow anywhere. You guys know about them, tcc.edu. Comfort Care Home Care, Virginia Beach, Tiffany & Company, the best organization around to help you and your family with a loved one that needs some extra care. Different Strokes 757. That's right, my friend Craig. Listen, if you need the best handyman service, floor to ceiling, inside and out, he can do more than just paint. He can take care of everything that you need. And of course, if you want to dress like a Hall of Famer, everything that I have with my logo on it, you can go to thevoice.qbstores.com, order shirts, hats, bibs, bottles, whatever you want. Grab a logo and you can have all that. I want to thank everybody for participating. And the fact that I know all that in this brain, just go to aaronshour.vegas, click on the sponsorship tab, because that's where I have all of these sponsors on there. So you can just click on the logo and take you to their website. I'm tired. I need a nap now. Okay. Joining me today. Now, listen, I have to you all out there for 20 plus years know that I generally don't talk about politics or religion on my show. I like to entertain. Right? Is that right? So I met my guest, today's guest, was a couple of months already up in Suffolk.
Yes.
The Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce had an event up in Suffolk, which is about a half an hour-ish on a good driving day. Correct. North from here, northwest kind of. Okay, so I'm looking at her business card only because I don't want to mess up the name. I practiced it before I went on the air, but it's Narendra Pleas, right?
Pleas.
I screw up the last name. Pleas, please. Pleas, please. I'm from Jersey. What do I know?
Everybody says Pleas, so don't feel bad.
Pleas.
Pleas, like with a Z.
Pleas. Okay.
Yeah.
How about if I just say Narendra? Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
So she is a Commonwealth's attorney for Suffolk, but we're not going to talk about legal, or we're going to talk about things that go on in Suffolk, because as I was reading about Suffolk yesterday online, getting ready to do my promo before we go to Vegas Wrap 2.0 and deal with my stories, that the land area up in Suffolk is actually the biggest land area for a community in the state. And it only has a population of around 101,000.
Correct.
How did that happen?
I have no idea. The current Suffolk, which was created in, I think, 1974, used to be two separate counties. One was Suffolk County and one was Nansemond County. And then those two joined to form the city of Suffolk in 1974.
Yeah, I want you to feel at home. See what I did?
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful.
So I pulled that off today. But no, so I thought it's unique because it's not one of the 7 cities that makes up the 7 of Hampton Roads, is it?
Yes.
Oh, it is the 7th one. Okay. But everybody rattles off Chesapeake and Virginia Beach and Norfolk first, and then they go, and then there's Suffolk.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is going to be too good. And I said, we get together to do a show, because we talked about it at that chamber event.
Yes.
This is what I'd like to do. Let's highlight the city of Suffolk, or I'm sorry, the Commonwealth of Suffolk.
Well, no, it's the city of Suffolk and the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay, we'll get to the difference in a minute. But first, you know what time it is. It's that headline time. It's time for Vegas Wrap 2.0.
with a nod to the past and an eye to the future. Here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
All right, here we go. Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. I got two interesting stories from Vegas, and the rest I have from Virginia Beach. Now, this first story, have you ever played the game of Mahjong? And I'm not talking about the one on the phone where you have to match tiles.
I was going to say that's the only one I've ever played.
Not that one. The old kind where you would have a bunch of ladies sitting around your table and you'd hear 6 crack, 12 bam, Mahjong yelling from the dining room.
I have not. I
Never?
No.
Okay, well, you should look it up. Because it brings back, like growing up as a kid, my mom played it, my grandmother's played. You know, it was like, you picture, and I'm going to say this tongue in cheek, but like a bunch of old Jewish grandmothers sitting around the table playing Mahjong.
Well, I'm not from a Jewish family, so
Right,
maybe that's what happened.
All right, well, that's fair. Well, listen, if you're into Mahjong, Vegas is known for a lot of things, right? They have,
That's an understatement.
if you can have, that's very true. If you can have an event, Vegas will put it on.
Right.
So I thought they would be crossing the line, like if they had like a, what is it? Where you toss the beanbags.
Oh, cornhole.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cornhole, like, you know, you can turn on ESPN and they have cornhole competition.
Yes.
It's going to be an Olympic event someday,
Yes.
I bet, too. But check this out. Did you know an organization, this is a volunteer organization called Mission Mahjong. It's a volunteer-run community of Mahjong enthusiasts who will host, you ready for this, the first ever Hong Kong-style Chinese Mahjong tournament at the HyperX Arena at the Luxor in Las Vegas.
Wow.
The event will be held Sunday, December 21st from 12 to 6 p.m. Pacific time. It's free and open to the public to compete for a chance to win prizes. I just love this. I really do. This like warms me that there's Mahjong competitions now. The deadline to register is Thursday, December 18th. Prizes are based on experience level, ranging from $50 for first place in the beginner level to $350 grand prize for the higher level for the most experience. Check-in for the tournament will begin 11 a.m. on December 21st. Seating for table assignments begins at 11:30. If you want more information to register, go to missionmahjong.com/tourney2025. Well, Mahjong has now got a competition. God, I love Vegas. Gotta love those folks. All right. Now, if you live up on the Summerlin side of town, up at the 215, which is the side of town that I used to live on, 215 and like Charleston, Summerlin Parkway up that way, you may have noticed this really interesting silver structure that was being built from one side of the road. I'm showing the picture here so to get an idea as to what we're looking at. So they are actually building a walkover bridge, pedestrian bridge over the 6-lane highway. Now, have you been to Vegas?
I have.
So how recently was your last trip?
A really long time ago.
Did they have the crossover bridges on the strip like at Flamingo and Las Vegas?
I think they did.
So that's that concept, right? But this is like going over 6-lane major super highway. Like, I don't know, think LAX, was it the 410 and LAX with all those? That's what they're building here to cross over. So here's the thing that y'all got to be conscious of. First of all, I got this article off the Las Vegas Review Journal website, so you can check it out for all the details. But here you go. It's a $130 million project to build this crossover bridge. Clark County announced this past week that the 215 southbound will be closed between Summerlin Parkway and Far Hills. I know exactly where that is. From 8 p.m. December 18th through 6 a.m. December 19th. So it's going to be overnight work. The closure is required to install the final span of the pedestrian bridge. During the closure, 215 southbound traffic is going to be detoured to Summerlin Parkway eastbound to Anastasi drive-off ramp to head. Bottom line is just check it out online because there's going to be some closures coming up here on the 18th. So check it out. But they've got a new pedestrian bridge going up across this major highway. When I first moved out there 28 years ago, where that road is now was all dirt.
Mm-hmm.
When I moved out there, the population of Vegas was maybe 500,000.
Okay.
When we moved out of there about a year and a half ago, the population of Vegas was 2.7 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I grew up 10 minutes outside of New York City, so Manhattan, 8 million people was
Right.
just always there,
Right.
right? And to watch the infrastructure of how Las Vegas continues to change, it's just wild to
Right.
watch how a city grows. So, all right, let's bring some events closer here to the Virginia Beach side of town. Let's talk about the fact the 757 Gospel Fest, which was originally supposed to be held on November 22nd, has now been rescheduled for January 31st, 5 p.m., Rock Church, be held at the Rock Church located at 640 Kempsville Road, which is actually right around the corner for me. So if you had tickets to the previous scheduled event in November, they say just bring those tickets. They're still good.
Okay.
So you don't have to repurchase tickets, which is great. You can get more information at thegospelfest.com. The concert will feature celebrated artists Ezekiel Walker and LFCC, Ricky Dillard and New G, and Donald Lawrence and Company, all of whom are set to deliver inspiring performances. Not my genre, so I hope you all know who that is. I'm just here reporting the story.
Hezekiah.
Is that it? So you know him?
Yes, he's quite famous.
Obviously not in my household. So it's Hezekiah.
Yeah, not
Okay, no,
Yeah.
that's fine. Thank you for
yeah,
fixing it.
sure, no worries.
I think I'm going to make you my special reporter. Special reporter for my new TV show beginning January on Sky 4, 757, The Voice of 757. Okay, what is it? How is it pronounced again?
Hezekiah.
Hezekiah. What she said. Anyway, just mark your calendars for January 31st. That's the rescheduled date for that. Now, do you have all the electrical equipment sitting at home that you don't use anymore, that you just wish, I want to get rid of it, but I can't just put it in the trash can?
Correct. Yes.
I've got a solution for you. You want to know what it is?
I do.
Oh, okay, good. Thank you for asking. So the Virginia Aquarium and Marine Science Center will host a free e-cycling event on January 10th from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So it's going to be a drive-through thing. So you pull up, empty out your vehicle of all the electronics. So here's what's pretty cool. That's going to be in the east parking lot. They will also be collecting cardboard, plastic, and if you have live cut Christmas trees, they will take those as well. The collected trees, I love this, will be repurposed as mulch to use throughout the city. So they're going to reuse the trees. Participating vendors include Goodwill, AAA Tidewater, which I'm a member of, by the way, the Virginia Beach Police Department, and this is a cool one, the 911 cell phone bank. And what they're going to do with those phones, they're going to refurbish the old cell phones and donate them to human trafficking victims. I love it. You know what? Being here a year and a half, I love what Virginia does in supporting causes like this. And I'm going to talk about it here in a second with some of the jackpot winners because I love sharing jackpot stories. Mm-hmm. This is something that Clark County back in Nevada needs to do, and probably all school districts that have lotteries.
Yeah.
I love the fact that proceeds go to K-12 education.
Yes.
And I think the last number I saw was about like $900 million has been collected to go into K-12. And it is required that it is done. And to have projects like this where cell phones are going to be refurbished and reused and the mulching of the trees.
Yes.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Yes.
More states should do that. So anyway, so that is January 10th. Mark your calendars for that. That's between 9 a.m. and 12 p.m. East parking lot of the aquarium. Okay, this was good news for all you oceanfront people. You got to find the meters. You got to. Guess what? Starting next year, this is already, I think April is the registration date. It was voted on December 9th that the Virginia Beach City Council approved a free $50 parking voucher to be used anywhere down on the waterfront. That's right.
And how's that going to work?
Go to the following website, virginiabeach.com. No, Milliken. You can register online. They will send you this voucher. It's a voucher.
Okay. For
$50 that you'll be able to access digitally on your phone through the website. So the first $50, you just register for the $50. I mean, I know those you have the QR codes when you park, so I'm going to presume that there will be some connection between that and the QR code, and it's $50. Now, after you run out of the $50, it costs $25 to reload for $50.
Okay.
Which is okay. I mean, that's okay. But you're getting the first $50, and you'll be able to register beginning in April. So keep an eye out. You can go, as I mentioned, to virginiabeach.gov for all your information. The vouchers can be redeemed at municipal surface lots, 2nd Street, 4th Street, and the Rudy Loop, which is really cool. I know the Rudy Loop very well. Municipal garages, 9th, 25th, and 31st Street, and on-street metered spaces, paid spaces between Rudy Loop and 38th Street, the whole length of the thing on Atlantic Avenue, plus bordering side streets between Atlantic and Pacific Avenues with the same boundaries. That's a big area that they're willing to let that cover. And that's smart because and I didn't print off the whole article, but the way that these garages are funded, they're supposed to be self-sustained financial garages, meaning the revenue for parking is supposed to be what goes into taking care of the garages. Right. It's not used with corporate money or taxes or anything like that. But apparently they need to get that revenue to a level, and I guess metered parking, people are not using it enough, or residents are not going down there. This is a great way to draw residents to go down there as well to hopefully increase the revenue. So be on the lookout. Like I said, that's already been approved, and the sign up should begin beginning of April. Yes. All right, here we go. Some money. Money. Anonymous Virginia player hits the mighty jackpot worth over $2 million in Wheel of Bonuses game. Now, tonight, $1 billion Powerball drawing. $2 gets you a ticket to buy in. If you want the one-time payout, I think it's about $440 million or so, just under half a million.
That's it.
Write a check. Let's write a check right now, right? That's if you want to do the lump sum payout, and otherwise you can get it out over 30 years. But here's what's pretty cool. A lucky Fairfax resident purchased a ticket on the Wheel of Bonuses game. Now, by the way, this is an online game through the Virginia Lottery because they have a whole online bit of games, and you can win some serious money. This individual won a staggering $2.268 million, claimed anonymously, and that's something Virginia does. If you win a prize $1 million or higher, you don't have to divulge your name, which means all those cousins, aunts, and uncles you didn't know you have won't come knocking on your door saying, "Hey, where's my share?" Okay, so congratulations to that individual. The chances of winning, the odds of winning any prize on that game is only 1 in 3.67. Not million. You have a 1 in 4 chance of winning something on these games. And I've played and won like $2 here and $3 there. I haven't hit for $2 million. All right, last but not least, as I mentioned, the Powerball. This is pretty interesting. The Powerball drawing that was held this past Wednesday on the 10th had 38,000 Powerball tickets that were purchased in the Commonwealth actually won prizes. 38,000 tickets. The prize range went from $4 of winning to one ticket at $150,000. The $150,000 ticket was bought at the Wegmans at 1835 Capital One Drive South in McLean. However, no ticket in Virginia or anywhere matched all 6 numbers. So that means, as I said, tonight, there it is, black and white.
$1 billion.
$1 billion. So get out there and get your tickets. All right, that does it for Vegas Wrap 2.0. A little over, not too bad. A lot of stories we talked about. We come back on the other side. It's all about Suffolk. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
It's not just you're here for 2 years and you're gone. It's you have a community, you have a network.
It doesn't matter where you came from or what you've done in the past. Everybody has the same opportunity here.
The financial resources, the community aspect of it, really important for your first 2 years of college. And you get that at TCC.
You know, we take family real serious here at TCC. We're a community, hence Topwater Community College.
Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips, coast to coast. I'm coming to you live from Virginia Beach. I am. That is right. I'm live and well, some people question how well I really am. All right, now it is time to get busy with some Suffolk, Virginia conversation. The Commonwealth of Virginia, City Attorney of Suffolk, Narendra Plez, Plez, P-L-E-Z.
That's the phonetic spelling.
That's right. There you go. Miss N. How about you say N? Yeah. Now, also, we have two guests in studio. One is out walking, stretching his legs as a guest. Your nephew, Micah.
Yes.
Who I don't think knew he was coming here today, but that's okay. I got donuts for him. I'm carrying on Chiefs tradition, John. I got Krispy Kremes here in the office. But you also have with us who we arrange all of this with, Crystal Goodman. She's your community outreach coordinator, yes, who I also met up in Suffolk. And I promised I wouldn't put her on camera because she didn't want to be in front of the camera, even though she's a former news reporter. And she's actually sitting right there behind the camera. At least say hi.
Hello, everyone.
There you go. So you know that I'm not throwing my voice and everything. So, okay. I am not going to read her bio because I don't want to read the bio.
I don't want you to read the bio.
Give us some highlights of your background and how you got into the field of being an attorney in the first place.
Oh, okay.
So let's talk about your background.
Okay, well, I've always known that I was going to law school, right?
Oh, really?
So yeah, from high school.
Like out of the womb. I object.
Well, I don't know out of the womb, but I graduated from a school down the street. I went to Green Run High School.
Oh, okay. That's
right. So
okay.
Went to Green Run High School, graduated from there in the Governor's School for the Arts because I studied music.
That's right.
Yeah. So so local girl.
Can you sing in court?
Play flute.
You play flute. I could see you walking into the courtroom playing the flute like you would with the Pied Piper.
This way.
Well, this way. Whatever.
This way.
I can see like the Pied Piper with your client behind you walking in. Sorry, Judgy, we're here now. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I digress.
Well, so I knew I was going to law school. So I went to undergrad, went to law school, and came out. And my goal in going to law school was actually to do healthcare law.
Okay.
And I wanted to defend hospitals, medical insurers, that type of thing. Didn't work out. And so prosecution, they were so related. So I started my first prosecution gig in the city of Emporia, Greensville County, which is down 58, about 90 minutes from here.
She's saying that like I really know where she's talking. I'm just nodding my head.
Down the street, around the corner.
There.
About an hour and a
like
half.
I left at the mailbox.
Yeah. Follow the speed limit all the way there because someone's going to pull you over if you don't. So started there, worked in Sussex County, which is just north of there, and then came to the city of Suffolk in 2013.
Okay.
Just as an assistant Commonwealth attorney, so someone down here. But in 2021 decided to run for office, to be a peer.
Okay.
So I could leave the office and take us into a different direction, and so that's what we've done.
I have to say this, and when we met at the chamber event a couple of months ago, you were dressed professionally like you would expect an attorney to be. But when we chatted, this lady is about as down to earth a person as you could find. Because I think attorneys, and some of them probably justified, get this label of being stuffy and stuck up and like.
There's another word, but I probably can't say it for broadcast.
No,
right?
No, on the internet we can say whatever we want.
Really?
Yes, remember what I said, FCC. But I have to say, and Crystal too. I mean, the three of us, we chatted about this idea, and I have to say that I was so impressed with who you are as a person that, you had the suit on, you have that, you know what, attorneys, you're that white collar, you got to have that look to it. So I get a message from Crystal, like, they want to know how she should dress tomorrow. I'm like, just dress comfortably. I mean, I'm good. So I just want to tell you how impressed I was with you when we chatted that day, because I would have never known you were an attorney if we didn't talk about it, because you didn't come across with that attorney smell, like a new car smell. You know what I'm saying? Am I explaining myself properly here, folks? You know what I'm saying? Well, I already told you what's happening to me. We cracked the door in here. It's bacon in here for me. Anyway, but so I just wanted to share that with you because, listen, attorney is a very powerful, important position no matter where you are. But when you're representing the city as a prosecutor, I mean, that's a lot of stuff on your shoulder.
It is. But there is a big distinction.
Sure.
People who know me well know that I don't take myself too seriously. That life is here and we should enjoy it and we should make the best out of it. So for example, we've had a not so great scenario in our office this week, but we've made the best out of a really bad situation. And that's been the general atmosphere in my office this whole week because I want the people around me to take it like that as well. So I'm serious about my work. I'm serious about the things that we do. Public safety is a very serious thing and a big concern. But at the end of the day, I want to be happy.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things my former boss asked, so some people ask when you're in those job interviews, what's your 5-year outlook? What's your 10-year outlook? I hate it. You know why? Because I said it doesn't matter. I said my goal is to be happy.
Right. Okay.
That's my goal.
That's fair.
When I'm not happy,
personally or professionally, or both. Okay.
Both.
Okay.
When I'm not happy, I will leave.
Okay.
So there's no time limit to it. There's no particular issue that will make or break it.
Okay.
It's a general whatever, right?
Gotcha.
And so that's what happened. When I left that office, it was because I was unhappy.
Gotcha.
And I decided to run for office because I wanted to be happy and I felt like I could serve my community.
Okay.
And that was important to me.
And so you were elected 2021, you said?
I was elected 2021 and my first term started 2022. I was just reelected this past November.
Right on.
So my new term starts January 1st of 2026.
Right on.
Yes.
My new term as Civic League president starts January 1st.
Yay, look at that.
I'm here a year and a half and I'm already a president of something. Had no choice.
You're writing those cease and desist letters. Have fun with that.
No. Civic leagues are not HOAs.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Because if it was an HOA, I would have stayed away from it. I got news for you. All right. No, I like I said though, and I'm very impressed with that direction and philosophy because the pressure of your job.
Yes.
I mean, you got to have balance.
Absolutely.
So, and it's like what we talked about before we went on the air. I told you when I would hang up my mic, when I don't have that excitement for what I do, I promised my wife that microphone will get hung up and I'm done. So I get it. I get being happy, and money is not always the root of all evil to make happy.
Correct.
So you've got to be happy with what you're doing and the outcome of the things.
Correct.
And in your position, you're affecting people's lives.
Correct.
That's pretty important, both the good and the bad side of people's lives.
Right. And it's important. So it's funny that you talk about wellness, and it's one of the things that for us as attorneys, the Virginia State Bar has really been focused on these past few years because I don't know if you are aware. Attorneys have one of the highest rates of alcoholism,
really,
and drug use.
Okay.
Because for us, especially for defense attorneys, you may be hearing some really nasty, vile, disturbing stuff, and you are a vault.
Right.
You can't share that with anyone. You can't tell anyone. It has to stay with you. And how do you process some things like that,
It's
right?
tough.
And same for us. From our perspective, you have a victim, especially child victims, who've been hurt, and you have to hear what they say. And over again, and help this child or woman or man or whatever through this very difficult, very emotional, perhaps very traumatic process. And how do you keep your sanity through this? So it's very important for me, especially as a leader, to make sure that my people are able to sustain that both for our victims, for our community, but also for them personally and professionally.
And you truly are. The word advocate comes to mind.
Yes.
And you're truly an advocate in those scenarios for the side that you have to represent.
Correct.
Good morning, Chief out there in Vegas. Go Navy, beat Army. I got you, buddy. I see you out there. Chief E. There's my buddy, Chief E. Chief A, Krispy Kreme's in the house. Just honor you, sir. All right. Chief and I used to do a wrestling show back in Vegas. The show's still on, but he stepped away, and with me here, I just can't do the time difference. My wife, I don't think would allow me to get on the air at like 2 PM and totally blow a Saturday. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, but Chiefy, good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much. All right. Let's talk about what's going on up in Suffolk. So before we go to break, so let's talk about Suffolk as a city first, before we get into the initiatives and things that you're working on. We talked at the top, it's the largest landmass area of any city in the state of Virginia, which is crazy, with only a population of about 101,000. See, I did my homework.
Yes.
And that census number, based on what I saw online, was around 2023, maybe 24, but at least 2023.
Yes.
What makes Suffolk such a great draw for people to go up there to? I mean, because I'm sure when you were thinking about changing your office prior to being elected, you might have had some different opportunities and things. So why did you choose Suffolk to go up there and settle and continue your career?
So again, I'm not from Virginia Beach, but lived here.
But you're from the area.
Right. And family was still here.
Right.
I was in Emporia at the time, looking to move back because the nephew who's out here,
he's running around somewhere.
He was about to be born, and so I wanted to be close to my
Okay.
family because he's the first baby in the family.
Okay.
And you're right. I did have options moving back east. You know, is it Chesapeake? Is it Virginia Beach? Is it Suffolk? Is it Hampton? And what drew me to Suffolk was it was still a little bit country. But still more populated,
As
right?
you can see on the picture behind us. I feel like I'm doing the weather.
I mean, there's a house back there somewhere.
I know. I had to
Maybe
crop the
two.
picture. I had to crop the picture. If I had it the way I originally had it cropped, I'd be blocking the water tower. So maybe I'll put the other picture back there.
But
Anyway.
but we are growing rapidly.
Yeah.
So it had that mixture.
Sure.
And it hadn't been all developed. Although if you go now, you'll see there's lots of growth and development.
Sure.
But there's still that small town feeling. And
Is
so
there a
that's-
typical like main street like
Yes.
most small towns have?
My office is on Main Street.
Is it really?
It is. The courthouse is on Main Street. The
Okay.
the quintessential
That's
courthouse.
The one
is on
traffic
Main
light
Street.
town?
We got like no, I'm just kidding.
Do you have a
No, we
Lowe's? Do you have a
are.
Lowe's up there in
We
the
have
Home
a
Depot?
Lowe's.
See, that's when you know you make it as a town. When
Well,
Home Depot and Lowe's moves in.
we are getting it's already open. We have a second Chipotle. Right? Yes, we are
One on
there.
each side of the tracks.
One north, one south.
See?
One north, one south. So, so we're growing and developing, and so I said, so there's a lot of construction around where I live in the city, and I said, you know what, I will put up with this, and I will tolerate this as long as you bring me a Chipotle and you bring me a Chick-fil-A. We are getting
Chick-fil-A,
both. It's coming. So I can stop.
You ain't
complaining
moving.
now. Yeah,
You ain't
I'm great.
I could just see the president of what was it? Chipotle over there. Oh, the prosecuting attorney. We better get one out there, folks. Let's get over there. All right. We're going to step aside for a second break of the show. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the great programs and initiatives that are going on up in Suffolk and what we can do about it. And also, hey, Chief, I just want to let you know, many, many years ago, I was in Philadelphia and I did see an Army-Navy game, one of the best experiences I ever had. Don't ask me who won because I can't remember what I had for breakfast a couple hours ago. So 20 years ago, out of the question. Anyway, you're watching Aaron's Hour. More right after this.
Hey, honey, what you doing?
Getting ready to watch a game.
What about fixing up the house like you promised?
What you talking about?
Just the new light in the den, the new shower in our bathroom, the new fence around the yard, the front steps.
Stop! You know, I have a better idea. You know Craig down the street? He owns a company that specializes in handyman services, but he is more than just any old handyman.
Really? Would you say different strokes for different folks?
You know I will. You know why? Because he does home repairs and he does painting and kitchen remodels and bathrooms and everything else in between.
How are his prices?
Great value for great quality. You know, I think I'll invite him over and get a free estimate for all the things that I know will make you the happiest here.
Call Different Strokes Painting and Handyman Service for a free estimate by calling 757-395-9999 today.
That's 757-395-9999. Above the rest, they show up and show out by making your vision come to life.
I wouldn't let aging stop me from being me.
Oh yeah, still got those moves in me.
I will be fabulous.
I will accessorize.
Comfort Care can help with as much or as little home care as you need. From medication reminders and meal prep to everyday chores and errands. Let us create your personalized care plan and find the perfect caregiver match so you can live your best life possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks, John, for the update. I'm just talking about you, Chief. All right, so we got your message. So Chief asked a very important question for you out there in y'all country out there. Do y'all have horse poles to tie up your horses with?
I mean, we do have lots of horse farms out in Suffolk, so the answer, I'm sure, is yes.
Somebody somewhere's got to tie up, right? Chief, you'll just have to come out to Virginia Beach and check it out for yourself. When you come out here, I'll take you up to see our attorney up there.
Yeah, come on out.
All right. Anyway. Oh my God, Chief, it is so warm to see you in the chat room, Chief. You know I love you. Hope all is well. All right, let's talk about some of what. So you've been up in Suffolk now.
Yes.
Now you're the big muckety muck head cheese up there for the second term in a row. It's sort of like a clean slate up there. You have a relatively small population. It's growing though.
Correct.
So how do you identify the areas of interest to start programs and initiatives? Because I've got the list of things that Crystal was kind enough to supply, but how do you pick and choose the areas? Is it what your interest is? Is it doing the old survey of the community with the need? Talk about how you started some of these, and then we'll get into some of them specifically.
It's a combination of both.
Okay.
Some, again, from having been in that office since 2013.
Sorry.
I, in my opinion, knew what
sure
some of the things we would need going forward
Sure.
would be.
Well, being up there before being elected, obviously
Correct.
you're in it.
Correct. So that's one part of it. And the other part was listening to people,
Sure.
right? So the first time I'm running for office, I have a few initiatives that I think are important, and people keep saying, "Hey, well, what about these environmental crimes? What about these environmental crimes?" And I'm like, "Tell me more."
Right.
And so they talked to me about it, and I decided to adopt that as one of my initiatives, and that's one of the things we brought to fruition as an environmental justice project, or environmental justice initiative, where we are actively prosecuting people who are environmental offenders. That then,
Such as, like, what are some of the offenses?
Some illegal dumping. It could be anything. So under the laws, it could be anything that's polluting our air, water, or our soil.
Gotcha.
That could be actively putting something in the ground or the air. It could also be improper storage. So if you have a hazardous material that's supposed to be stored in a plastic container and you're storing it in metal, that could be a crime. So we're actively prosecuting those cases.
Gotcha. Thanks for the update, Chief. I can always count on you to just clarify. All right. So, but what does it take to get an initiative like? Give us some idea. You know, when you have this idea for something like that. I mean, it's not like you wake up in the morning and say, "Okay, I'm going to do this by 5 o'clock," and it's done. I got to imagine
that has been 4 years.
4 years. And when did it actually become active?
This past May, June.
Really?
June.
How many people? How many businesses? Now, is it commercial? Is it individual, or does it matter?
So it doesn't matter. As far as offenders, it could be commercial, it could be individual. We're finding many of our offenders currently are related to businesses. Not a lot is personal. Although it can be.
Sure. Someone who changes their oil doesn't know where to dump their oil because you can't change oil anymore like you used to. So that would be.
And just go back outside and dump it by
down in the sewer.
Problem.
Not that I would know that, of course.
No,
I just buy the magazine for the articles. Anyway, sorry.
Well, so here in this area, so I'm speaking to everyone who lives there or is tied into Hampton Roads. All things lead to the Chesapeake Bay. Because all things lead to the Chesapeake Bay, it makes our cases really easy to prosecute.
Sure.
If you dump something and it goes into the sewer,
the trail.
Yeah, that gives me jurisdiction to prosecute almost anything.
Right on.
But we are very cognizant of the fact we're not trying to lock people up, right? That's not the goal of this project.
Right.
My goal is not necessarily to take your money. One is education, right? One is education prevention. And then for those who either cause significant damage or not learning their lesson or should have known better, we are taking your money. And I'm perfectly okay with that. So, you know.
If you do it knowingly, yeah, absolutely. You should take the money and run to the bank.
Yes, absolutely.
Now, I got to imagine, though, that there might be some accidental things where somebody did something not realizing the impact or the issue. That's probably where you can then apply some
So
leniency, so to speak, if necessary.
And our laws
and education.
Yes, and our laws make a big distinction between that which is willful, and that which is accidental, and that which is negligent.
Gotcha.
So there's distinction already in the law, and then how we enforce that. You know, just looking at the intent is very important.
What's the weirdest thing that someone's ever done in this environmental that they dumped and you just go, I can't believe this is what somebody did? Like there's got to be situations, I'm sure, where you're doing right, like shaking your head going, I can't believe it.
I mean, so we talk about this at work all the time. We're like, you can't make this stuff up, right?
Exactly.
You cannot make, and so it's difficult to pull the one out that's weird because they're all weird and crazy.
If you can't come up with that, I just love the weird side of stories.
That's our everyday. That's our stuff just does not.
Sounds like you need to do a podcast sharing some of these. Like, we'll change the names to protect the innocent.
I mean, if you gave us a microphone,
we'll talk after the show. I know a guy who can produce shows. John, we may have a new show soon. Anyway, okay, let's talk about some of these other programs. Sure. I like talk about the first Senior Citizens Back to School Day. I just like the concept of what was that about?
That was fun.
Okay.
So that is also, nothing is fast, okay? Nothing is fast, nothing is easy. You're talking about
events. Is anything fast in government?
No, but not even that, just event planning, right? Okay. So I am a lawyer. This is my disclaimer.
Except Celebrity Grudge Match. We can do your golf tournament in 90 days. Anyway.
But yeah, because you're a professional. I am not. I'm a lawyer.
No, you're a professional.
I'm a lawyer. That's my disclaimer.
You have to stop practicing. Stop practicing and get it right, will you please?
Right.
Okay.
So, you know, the Senior Citizens Academy or Senior Citizens Day was designed for our seniors in Suffolk to be educated about the things that affect them.
Sure.
So we did identity theft and scam prevention lecture. We had the YMCA present to talk about health and nutrition.
Okay.
We had a professional boxer out to teach.
Who?
Jerry Forrest. Jerry Forrest. He lives over in Newport News.
Okay.
So he came out and taught. I know he's gonna kill me. He came out and taught defensive techniques and protection for seniors.
I should put you in touch with my client Miliari Group because, as you heard in the commercial, for people who work with them, because they teach people how to. They're I don't want to say financial planners, but they will help. Like, you got all those monthly subscriptions to all the Netflixes of the world. They will help go through that, but they will also prepare free wills.
I heard that.
That might be something. I might be able to connect you guys.
So we had an attorney come out to talk to our figures about wills and estates.
Okay.
So it was everything that was centered around our seniors. We had health and wellness screenings.
Is this an annual thing you're doing, or was this just a one-off thing?
Well, so
have I hit a nerve with that question?
No. So the seniors were like, "So we're going to see you next year," and I was like, "Absolutely not." But perhaps a year after.
Okay, so like every other year.
Correct.
Because if it's the same people, although they're probably looking for something to do, though.
But it's also the volume of.
Sure.
One, we want to build it up. We
How
want
many
to have
people
more.
came?
We had a little over 100.
I'll tell you what, when the next time you plan it,
yes,
let me know, because I'll come up and I'll do something. I'll even host it. I'll do a class on communication or whatever. I'll do something. Absolutely.
Yes.
By then,
so 2027. Not
that's right.
2026.
No, 2027 is fine because I'm as I told you, I'm planning WNBA stuff in 2027 with Coach Hatcher, who called me during the show, and he knows I do a show at this time. But anyway, no, that sounds like these educational seminars. I don't think people put enough stock into actually having a ton of value.
Yes,
I like those things. Like when I teach my stuff, it's what I call B2B. And I don't mean business to business. I mean back to basics.
Okay, yes.
Because a lot of things that you talk about, that you go over with these folks, they know it, but we don't practice it. So we forget it. It's like a good sales technique.
Right.
When you're selling and you could sell ice to an Eskimo, you cut corners. You don't do the steps you're supposed to do.
Right.
And so you forget. And then when you have seminars like this, goes back to saying, oh my goodness, I need to refresh it. Haven't looked at my will in 20 years. Maybe I should update, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we had Grand Driver out. So they were talking, giving you the techniques about driving. Because again, when you started driving at 20, it's not the same driving experience at 50 or 60 or 70, right?
No. Or to identify when you should give your keys up. But anyway.
Yeah. So this was structured like a school day.
Love it.
They had a schedule. They had a schedule. They had
ring a bell?
We thought about it, but that was too much logistics. So they had a schedule that was printed out just for the lessons that they wanted for the classes. We had a pep rally at the end of the day to release them with full with pom poms.
Absolutely. Did you get a certificate of
they did, and they had a box lunch from Chick-fil-A.
Not Chipotle?
Not Chipotle. Well, Chipotle wasn't there yet.
Oh, okay.
So they just opened.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. So the
Canes up there. Do you like Canes?
No.
You don't like Canes?
No, I don't know. Canes?
Canes, C-A-N-E-S. It's another chicken place.
I don't know Canes.
Right?
Where's Canes?
There's one in Chesapeake, but one just opened up on Lynn Haven Parkway near the 264 here in Virginia
Well, okay,
Beach.
so I will say.
That's what I'm saying. We need to get one up that way.
Yes. So we like to promote our Suffolk. So this was the Chick-fil-A in Suffolk. So
no, I understand that, but I'm saying we got to get a Canes up there.
Well, if they come out to Suffolk, I'm just saying.
You got Chipotle.
Yeah, two.
Love it. I love it. So what's the next program that's deep in your heart with that list? I would reach down and get it.
On the floor. My stuff is so important. He just threw it on the floor.
So I have to get it during commercial break coming up soon.
So the next thing that we're looking to implement is a youth academy.
Okay.
And it's actually fully developed.
Okay.
We just require funding.
Okay.
So that is our only issue.
And what will that provide?
That will be I think it's a 10 to 12 week program. I can't remember off the top of my head. We developed it like a year ago. And our thought at first was to have at-risk youth, specifically in this program. Mm-hmm. But the more we delved into it, we want some at-risk youth. But what we decided was that there are kids who are in the middle.
Okay.
They're not our overachieving excellers who are going to go to Harvard and be great no matter what.
Right.
And they're not the at-risk who we have all this money devoted to these particular kids.
Okay.
They're kids who perhaps live in a home that would otherwise qualify them for at-risk.
Gotcha.
But they don't behave like the at-risk.
Okay.
Or their family is one, paycheck away from being homeless, which would put them at a different type of at-risk. And so these are sort of the fill in the gap kids.
Gotcha.
And because there's nothing slated for them, there's no money put aside for them. The money goes to the the kids who are up here
Mhm.
and down here, and the kids in the middle get left out.
Gotcha.
And so this is for the kids in the middle.
So what kind of programming do you have in mind for them?
So this would be
Like after school programs, sports events,
it would be
activities,
all of that.
tutoring?
All of that. So
Okay.
it would be exposure. I think is the best thing for kids, especially
Okay.
those kids who are
What's
left
the
out.
age? What's the age range you're looking at?
We're looking at high school.
High school.
Yeah, high school. Because we need the maturity level there. Maybe we're missing out because things might have already, the light might have already gone
Sure.
off or on, whatever. But
It has to be replaced.
I'm just saying,
Podcast
that's
class may be
where-
an interesting thing to have for those kids.
I
They're
mean,
interested in it.
yeah. So our thought was one, we wanted to have team building activities, right? They
Mhm.
need to learn how to work together
Sure.
and grow together, and we wanted them to come up with their own service project
Okay, well,
to
that's
give
great.
back to the community. We want them to learn how to cook a meal, to serve their family, to learn how to dress a table properly.
Okay.
Have their family come in.
How about
and-
balancing a checkbook?
Well, that too.
Or
No,
how to
no,
use a checkbook?
correct.
Forget the online stuff. Like
Correct.
what's a debit and a
No.
credit?
So part of the whole curriculum
Is all of that.
is earning money
Okay.
through that time to buy things that would be in our store, like a hat or a
Love
cup, things like that. Taking
So
them to like a
some
ropes
economic
course.
study.
Yes.
Okay.
Basic first aid. We want everyone to come out first aid and CPR certified.
Okay.
And take them to either Washington or Richmond
Okay.
to see the Capitol, and if we can meet various
Somebody,
elected
sure,
officials.
sure.
I'm not counting myself in this.
Hall
But
of Fame broadcaster.
yeah, why not?
Just saying.
Right? Yes, but to expose them,
Sure.
to show them what lies
What's out there?
outside of
Sure.
Suffolk
I
and
love it.
outside of Virginia. And so the experience of going to a professional football, baseball, whatever
Right,
game, the experience of going to see a college campus.
Right.
So just exposure.
Love
So
it.
that's what this program looks like.
Okay.
And so yes, part of it is after school, we see you a couple of times a week. We'll see you a few weekends. The family has to be involved,
Mm-hmm.
and we have to have families that, even though they say I can't provide this for my kid, I'm going to help you provide this to my kid.
Gotcha. They have to be involved.
Absolutely.
It's accountability.
Absolutely. So that's our program.
Right on.
Yes.
All right, on that note, we're going to step aside for our final live break of the show. When we come back, I want to learn about some other initiatives that are on the board that haven't come to fruition yet,
That are on the floor.
and anything else that you would like to share with y'all out there, and how many horse polls we have out in Suffolk. We're going to take a whole new census. You're watching Aaron's Hour. We'll be right back.
Is your credit card debt getting you down? When that student loan payment is due, does your cable bill go unpaid? Are you ready to throw in the towel because you do not know how to financially survive? The Miliari Group is ready to educate you on how to get out from under the pile of debt and retire as a tax-free millionaire. They eliminate student and credit card debt and help families set their kids up for success. For more information, call 956-532-2349 or email williamsastria961@gmail.com or scan the QR code to meet with us. The first 100 calls will receive a free will. So, call 956-532-2349 or scan the QR code now and learn how to become the millionaire you always dreamed to be.
Men, are you disappointing your partner in the bedroom? Let's cut to the chase. Are you suffering from erectile dysfunction? 50% of men between the ages of 40 to 70 experience some form of ED. If you are experiencing ED, there is help without pills or needles to even worry about. Coastal 757 Aesthetics has new technology for men called Apex RF. Apex RF is a modern, non-invasive treatment that uses radio frequency to strengthen tissue from the inside out, resulting in better blood flow to the penis and a happier life partner. Call Coastal 757 Aesthetics at 757-481-4036 for a free consultation. That's 757-481-4036. Coastal 757 Aesthetics. Care for all phases of life.
All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. See, he used to give me like warnings. He doesn't give me warnings anymore. There's a blue line that usually.
If you would read the private chat, you would get your warning.
I'm in the private chat, but I'm talking. There it goes. It says you're next. All right. Yeah, well, thank you, Goldberg. Anyway. All right. We are talking about stuff going on up in Suffolk. And Narendra, I'm not even going to say her last name anymore. How about just NP? Like, no problem.
Sure. Why not?
Listen, my wife at home, she's probably watching this like in a month from now. She don't know shit what I do. But she'll critique me later on. So I want to turn to Carolyn, even though she doesn't want to be on, like Crystal. I mean, how are we doing?
You guys are doing great. I'm really.
The reason I said Carolyn because the former mayor in Las Vegas, her name was Carolyn Goodman. That's why, like, every time I see your card, I'm like, I have to do a double take, and it's C with Crystal, but it's Crystal. We're doing okay.
Yes, you
We're
guys.
covering everything.
Everything.
It's good.
I'm done.
That's right.
Thanks for
That's right. All right. So there are some other programs on here. So I'm going to ask you if there's another one you want to highlight, or what I'm more interested in. Is
Let's address.
it's all about me.
Yes.
My name's on the show. Trust me, not on the water tower, but no, it's like obviously you have some great programs. What's on the horizon that you want to bring into Suffolk that is currently being worked on that takes time? Like what other initiatives are you guys thinking about and bringing into Suffolk? I mean, you can highlight, I'm sure there's plenty of great organizations up there, you know, the nonprofits. Is there a Suffolk-based nonprofit up there that you want to give a little pop to that you want to talk about?
Oh gosh.
Whether it's food
You're going to make me talk about some and forget others. I will not do
so
that.
let me do the disclaimer here. If we forget somebody, we don't do it intentionally. I'm just asking this question off the cuff. There's a lot of great organizations around the world. We know that. But I mean, like, is there a food bank up there?
Yes. So we have
specific to Suffolk.
Yes.
Okay.
Suffolk Christian Fellowship Outreach.
Okay.
And I could have put the words in different
That's
orders, but
okay.
I think those are the 4 terms.
Okay.
And Lorna Slaughter is the head of that organization, and they are on Washington, and they do help the food insecure families help.
And I got to imagine during the shutdown and everything, when the government shut down, they were very busy, like all the food
Correct.
banks and drives
Correct.
and everything else.
Correct.
I got to imagine you probably had many of the staples up there, like maybe branches like the Ronald McDonald House-esque style.
So we have 4
homeless
kids.
and things.
Yeah, we have 4 kids.
Okay.
4 Kids actually has their own space in the city of Suffolk.
Okay.
So they have a tutoring program. They feed the kids there.
Okay.
They have a not a food pantry, but also supply pantry. So,
Gotcha.
you know, things for, you know, feminine hygiene, those types of things. We have Geneve Shelter, which is our local.
You can speak up louder. They know you're here.
our local shelter for women, for battered women.
Okay.
And so they help those.
What's the needs up there for? I mean, obviously, like at this time of year, let me just put this disclaimer out there. This time of year, nonprofits need all kinds of help.
Correct.
But nonprofits need help 365.
Correct.
Not just at this time. Like the food bank is common at this time, but really in the middle of July, the food bank still needs help as well. The shelters, the battered, you know, all of that, they need help all the time.
Yes.
Is there a website specific to seeing what's needed up there for nonprofits, or where they can go for city information to learn about that?
I don't know if anything is centralized. I think
Okay.
that may be one of the things the city needs to work on.
Put
to
that
be
on
more
your initiative
centralized.
list, will you
Why
please?
not?
The
Why
Aaron
not?
Phillips factor.
Yes. But you know, one of the things that we don't have, but they are currently working on, meaning the city management, is a homeless shelter.
Okay.
We don't have a homeless shelter in the city of Suffolk. We have what's similar to Norfolk and Chesapeake. So Chesapeake has CAST.
Okay.
Chesapeake Area Shelter Team, and Norfolk has the same thing it's called NEST. And in Suffolk, we have what's called CAPS, Coalition Against Poverty Suffolk.
Gotcha.
Also a nonprofit.
Okay.
And what these different programs do is they work through churches to house homeless individuals or housing unstable
So the
individuals.
church
and families.
provides the shelter.
Correct.
Okay.
And the food.
Okay.
And so what happens is basically people check in the evenings overnight. They have a place to stay. They have a meal. They have dinner. They have a safe place to shower. And in Suffolk, we actually have a shower.
Okay.
That's portable that was donated due to the death of I think he was a young firefighter.
Gotcha.
And his family built this trailer that is a bathroom. It's a portable shower so that these people, you know, most churches don't have showers.
Right.
So you take it to the churches, you have your shower, they get dinner, they get breakfast, they get a lunch to go. And it's about a week long. Each particular church hosts a different week during the winter months.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay. City website for people to learn more about Suffolk as a whole. Is there a city website or someplace?
SuffolkVA.us.
There you go.
www.SuffolkVA. The www is very important. If you don't do it, you're going to hit a wall. www.SuffolkVA.us.
There you go.
Yes.
So check that out because all the information up there is going to be important. Maybe if you want to look to relocate to that small town feel.
You should,
That's
but
right.
not where I live. Go north.
I heard John told me when I left Vegas, the property values went up. I don't know if that was just coincidental, but anyway. And also Suffolk, just lean that way if you would. No, lean that way. There you go. Here's how you spell Suffolk, folks. Okay. It's not pronounced like Norfolk. It's Suffolk, right? Is that the right way to spell to pronounce Suffolk, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Because that Look, I had to get. I went to a show. Let's see if I still have it on here somewhere. Here, you see how they have you? Okay, they actually have bumper stickers.
Right.
I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. You can see it right there. Okay, right there. And it says right underneath it says, say it right, Norfolk. Okay, don't get mad at me, FCC, even though we're not regulated, but it's Suffolk. Right. Okay, so it's not as bad up there. So if you're worried about cursing, don't worry about it. Shut the front door. Anyway, that TV commercial, that lady says that, you think she's going to say something else. Shut the front door. Okay. What other things you want to talk about? We've got 2 minutes. Actually, we have about 2 minutes. What haven't we covered that you want to share?
I don't know. What I don't know.
Do you guys have like tree lighting things? What do you have going on for the holidays up there?
So we
Hanukkah
have a parade tonight.
Parade.
We have a parade.
Oh my God. Are you like Grand Marshal?
I'm in the parade, but I completely forgot.
She's in the parade. Listen, Suffolk, if you want somebody who's more in tune to your parade, I'm available. Obviously, she don't care. I'm just kidding. She does care. Listen, she's been rope-a-doping over here like Muhammad Ali. I've been just throwing stuff at her, so. All right, so talk about the parade.
So it's our city's holiday parade. Sorry, I forgot.
It's early in the day. What time is the parade?
7 p.m.
7
And what time? What is your?
7?
What is the call time that she has to be there?
5:45. She's got to be in line. 5:45.
I need to change the time of my ride because I think I made it a lot sooner than need to be.
You can grab that. You won't be on camera.
Yeah, so I'm gonna change that. I think my call time was 4:45. I mean, if we start at 7, I feel like I'm gonna be there a little early.
So that's a good thing. You have an extra hour now to relax and get into the ready.
This is the second time I've done that. I did it last year too. I thought I would have learned my lesson, but apparently I did not.
Obviously, we changed clocks in November, right? Spring ahead, fall back, and all that.
I forgot.
I love it.
Yeah.
So talk about the parade that you're thinking you're hopefully going to be in. Maybe you're going to get a message. You know what? You don't remember us. You're out, lady.
So it's our Suffolk Holiday Parade. Starts at 7 p.m. downtown Suffolk, on Washington, and goes east or west. I don't know. On Washington.
Where does it start? Do you know where it starts?
So it starts on Washington, but we have an East Washington, West Washington.
Okay,
So
and then, but where does it end?
Main Street.
Okay, so
Main Street. So it makes an L.
So that should tell you which way it's got to go, east or west.
Yeah, I don't know which one. One of those streets.
How many are in the parade? Do you know how many are in the parade? Just look for Washington Street.
Yeah, Washington.
Look for where people are sitting on the curb.
That part. Yeah. It starts near the municipal building. How about that? That's 442 West Washington. So it's West Washington. Yes. So West Washington.
This is like the one that I have great shows, but this is like so much fun where I just get to sit back and I get to laugh at my guest. No, okay.
Yeah, so West Washington Street, and it starts in front of the municipal building, which is 442 West Washington, and it carries down there and then turns onto Main Street, and that's it. And goes by the courthouse, which is where we work every day.
So
yeah.
Oh, Chief, stay off the grass in Norfolk. And then he says, Aaron, they need him and I as the grand marshals of your parade.
You know what?
They couldn't handle us. John also with us. We'll bring John out. And we'll throw out Krispy Kreme donuts.
I will let our media department know that you have offered.
Oh, absolutely.
I will talk to her tonight.
Can we bring Chief and John out from Vegas?
I don't see why you couldn't.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Mark it on your calendar for 2026. We'll be out there in the parade in Suffolk.
I don't know what time.
We may be sweeping.
Send me a limo.
Should be a limo. Yeah, there you go. We'll just stand up in the limo. I love it. Can we book that? Come on, let's book it. And then I can cover it for my new TV show.
Done.
I can cover it for my new TV.
It's done.
You join us. You join it. We'll all pop up in the limo. We'll do a live broadcast from the parade to the voice of 757 for Sky 4.
I'm in. Yes.
30 seconds.
Oh, thanks, John. You report from, okay. Book it, Dano. All right, we got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Did we cover everything, even if you forgot about stuff?
Yeah.
That's what she's here
She
for.
just reminded me. So actually, yes, this has been very beneficial. I do appreciate it, sir.
Oh, my goodness. All right. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Suffolk, check it out. If you come to the area, please do so. Go up there, spend a little time. It is a great little town up there. All right, next week's show, Coastal 757 Aesthetics. My new sponsor will be on to talk about what they're doing to help men get their love life back in the bedroom and make your spouse happy. significant other. We'll just leave it at that for now. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. We'll see you next week. Happy Hanukkah tomorrow night, First Light. Thank everybody for watching. Take care. See ya.